Candice Brown's grandfather lived with the disease for many years before he died in 2007. And she joins me now. It's so good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
And this is such a great idea. I mean, I've got an orange here, because explain to me what's the significance of the orange?
So,
Shape the orange.
Yeah, so Sharing the Orange is the campaign with Alzheimer's Research UK, and the thought behind it that actually, and I think when you sort of put it up against you, so people think about Alzheimer's or dementia being a common thing that happens when you get old. You start to get forgetful, you lose your memory, you go a bit senile. It's not, it's actually a physical disease, and the orange is actually approximate weight of 140 grams.
Right.
And that is how much the brain can deteriorate up to.
Ah, OK. So that's showing you very
how
graphically.
much mass you can lose through dementia, through Alzheimer's. And I mean, when you put it up against the size of your head,
it's a lot.
It is a physical disease.
Absolutely.
And it's all about sharing the orange and talking about it and trying to understand and get rid of those misconceptions surrounding Alzheimer's and dementia, actually.
Makes perfect sense. We've got some cracking people on board.
I mean, Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I mean, that's not bad. Oh, my Fred. He was just delightful. He was the head of our family. He was an incredible man. He was in the Navy. Him and my nan were just two of my favourite people in the whole wide world. And yeah, he had Alzheimer's, but it was really interesting. So it was sort of to begin with, he had tinnitus of his ear, and they thought his confusion was down to that.
Yeah.
And that was before we knew very much about it. And we kind of put down, he was very naughty, he was very funny. He'd quite happily eat 6 chalk ices for his dinner and things like that. But actually some of his funniness and some of his confusion was actually down to the Alzheimer's and everything. He was an incredible human being, and my nan was his carer. And my nan passed away quite unexpectedly, bearing in mind he was the one that was ill.
It's funny how that can happen.
I know,
sometimes,
look at them there. It's just...
It's such a cruel disease.
Do you know what? I explain it. It is heartbreaking.
It really is
the most heartbreaking disease to see someone who is the head of your family, who is everything, deteriorate to a point where they no longer remember your name, or they are mean to the person that they love the most in the whole wide world.
And it's not really them.
No,
it's the disease,
not.
isn't it? It really is.
It is.
They say oftentimes, because there are little glimpses of light, sometimes when they come back to you, and then the door shuts again, but it does open now and again. Music really helps, but with Fred, with your granddad, it was food. It was like taste and smell and these, you know, those senses.
Oh, he loved food. We used to joke about the way he used to describe things. He'd say, oh, smooth and things like that. It's one of the things we still say quite a lot. Look at him.
Oh, there he is. There's just a cute pic.
And, yeah, so my nan was an incredible cook. She was an incredible baker, and she used to make everything from scratch. It's the one thing I like to think I took from her.
Sure, absolutely.
And I'd take him down when he was in the care home, and I'd take him things like corned beef sandwiches. He once told my nan that he'd rather have a corned beef sandwich than the Christmas dinner, which went down really well after spending hours cooking Christmas dinner. Yeah. So taking him things like that, and her boiled fruit cake, and he'd kind of eat it, and you could see sort of a change in his face, a change in his eyes, and he'd go, oh, it's good, but it's not as good as Mark. So he knew, he'd know that that's what it was, and he knew that that was the flavour. And eating a chalk ice, he'd go smooth, or a little tot,
and you'd get him back
a
just for a wee bit.
Go, ooh.
So it's a brilliant idea, this. It really is. I know you've run marathons for this. You've done all sorts of things. Would you know, there's a test you can take. Would you ever take that test? Because I don't think I would.
Do you know what? I don't think I would. I think
you
could probably get so caught up in the worry, and I think
it'd be hanging over you, wouldn't it?
I think so.
It's a very individual choice. I know some people would want to know.
I don't think I would, actually. I think you could do that sort of with everything. And I think Alzheimer's Research UK are doing such amazing things about doing the research and getting rid of those misconceptions and trying to do more and helping people understand what is affecting, and hopefully working towards a treatment, and hopefully one day everything crossed a cure.
That's what we want. Meanwhile, people have got to live with it, haven't they? They've got to
exactly, but yeah, it's to share the orange and just share it, understand it, and it is a physical disease, and it's heartbreaking.
He'd be very proud of you. He'd be very proud of all that you've achieved. So. I mean, obviously the bake-off, and and thank you for bringing cakes in. It's not why we invite you in, but thank you for bringing the cakes in.
I'm not sure about that.
We shall eat those. I'll try not to eat more than one. But it's been fantastic. The whole bake-off thing's been great. You celebrated your 1st anniversary.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what? The last time that we spoke, we got such a massive reaction.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about body image and how people had been so nasty online.
Yeah.
And this is a huge thing, because, you know, there's been a lot of talk about that. But you've kind of I don't know, you've kind of grabbed it and actually used it in a way that's quite funny, because you posted a picture that you didn't think was particularly flattering of you. Actually think you look
laughing.
lovely.
I look like Ray Liotta in Goodfellas.
Well, I don't think you do, but you just sort of you put pictures on it. It doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter. No filters, no nothing. It's fine. Have fun with it.
One of those things we were speaking about, and I got quite upset. And you know what? I still get upset sometimes. And people go, "You look old. You're not 34. More like 54." And I'm like, "Oh, blimey, my face moves." I laugh. All right, my teeth still aren't great. But do you know what? I laugh at things I shouldn't, and I get caught out. And it's normally in places on the red carpet, or where there's someone taking a photo and then you're accused of looking haggard or weary or drunk. And I think, do you know what? No, I was just laughing.
Yeah.
I was having a real giggle at that point. You should see some of the ones when I do look a bit weary. Like, and I think, actually, it's all right to laugh, and it's all right to look like Ray Liotta in Goodfellas, because life's
He was actually quite handsome, to be fair.
He was very handsome. He had a great laugh as well.
No.
But I think, do you know what? If I'm sort of using sort of platforms and things like that, and I used to be a teacher, and I still think, like, just be kind and just be yourself. You got one of you, and that one's, there's no perfection apart from what you are, and with lines and wrinkles and lumps and bumps, and that's okay.
It is absolutely okay. Bravo to you, and good luck with the whole campaign. I think it's a brilliant idea.
It is. It's really great.
Is.
And I'm in great company. So, but thank you so much for having me on.
Brilliant. And that really brings it home to you.
It really does. It really, really does.
Thank you, my love.
Thank you.